You have a question about your goal?
Yes.
Okay. What goal do you have, are you doing now?
Questioning.
No, your previous one.
Check for understanding.
All right, check for understanding. You came to me the other day and you said that's not working for you. Why is it not working for you?
Because I'm understanding most everything in my book, so I really don't have to do anything.
Okay. So you're not being able to show evidence of understanding your book because you're not having an issue with it. So you want to change your goal to what?
Questioning.
Why?
Because sometimes because in this book, the real book that I'm reading, there's lots of times where they just say stuff and it doesn't get answered at all, so I would like to question for it and see if I can find it out later in the book.
Okay. So, changing from check from understanding to questioning, I don't have a problem with that because I really would like you to understand more about the different comprehension strategies that help you become a better reader. So, what type of evidence can you think of that will help or that will show that you are working on questioning? What is that going to look like to you?
Maybe in my book I could take a post-it notes and on the page that I have questions, write down my questions and stick it in the book.
Okay, so when you turn in your reading notebook every week, which shows your evidence to me, unless we confer, what would that look like in your reading book?
I could take out the post-it notes and put it in here.
Okay, so if I were to check on the questions that you come up with in your book, what other information would I need to see if that question is correct or incorrect? What else would I need on the post-it note?
You would need maybe what page it is, something it says that I have a question about.
Okay, so let's do an example so you kind of know what it looks like, okay? So pick a page that you've read, and we'll try one, okay? So read a paragraph there and see if you can come up with a question.
I combined the idea of the lullaby with a Scottish superstition I had once read about a ghost horse called a kelpie. If a kelpie calls your name, it induces you to climb on its back so it can take you down under the water and you are never seen again.
Okay. So what page was that on?
72.
Okay, so on page 72, so what question do you have about that?
Maybe why the name kelpie?
Okay, so a question that you have here is what is a kelpie? Okay, and how can you find that out? Have you read further than this? Does that question get answered at all? It doesn't. So does that make you wonder about anything?
Maybe where it is and like where they're even talking about that, where those kelpies are.
Okay. So let's look at this one sentence here. It says, I had once read about a ghost horse called a kelpie. So what do you think a kelpie is?
A ghost horse.
A ghost horse. And in this story of her becoming a writer, is that she combined an idea of a lullaby with a what?
A Scottish superstition.
So what's a superstition? Okay, so maybe that's the question that you need to ask, is what is a superstition? Okay. Do you know what a lullaby is? Okay. So a superstition might be a question that you could write down that, I don't know what a superstition is. Okay. So the next thing that we can work on too is that the level of questioning. So what is a superstition? You can easily find that out. Right? So we need to go into that higher level of questioning that we talked about. Remember when we were doing questionings for the Tech Challenge, we talked about Bloom's taxonomy. We had the lower ones, and we want to get up here. So when asking questions, think about the words how and why. And that will get you to that higher level of thinking, and you'll understand questioning or the story better, okay? So here's a little card that can help you on your journey to asking questions, okay? And here's some format on the back that can help you organize what it looks like in terms of your evidence. Does that sound doable? Okay. So the next time we meet, I want to know what a superstition is, which I will probably ask you tomorrow. In passing, what's a superstition? Okay. All right? All right. Thanks a lot. Good job.
Thanks.
You bet.